Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Scirocco. I'm sure you will already have noticed it's turned round. It's been off the ramp. The first time in maybe 4 months it's been off the ramp. I got it started, took a little while because I think the carburettor was empty of petrol. Got it started, went to drive it out, thought, my God, doesn't that smell of petrol? Got out and it is pouring out of the petrol pump. So all I managed to do was turn it round and reverse it back in for the next stage of the project. We'll get to that in a minute. But the brakes worked. Now I'm a little bit worried. The pedal was a little bit long, but we've got a solution for that coming in the future, because obviously we've increased the size of the bores of all of the pistons. The master cylinder's having to work too hard pushing the brake fluid down to each of the calipers, so there's a greater level of movement than you would want. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on a bigger bore master cylinder, but I wasn't going to do that work before I did the brakes. I wanted to get the brakes all fitted, working, and in a way that I was happy with before I moved on to the next stage of the project. So let's talk about the next stage of the project. What are we going to do? Well, this lovely original 1.8 engine, well, that's coming out, and so's all of the radiator, and so, well, everything under here that involves driving the car forwards is going to come out, and we're going to put put a 20 valve turbo engine out of a Mark IV Golf GTI in. And what I'm trying to do here, and what I'm trying to do with the wheels and with everything, is to try and make the car look as though this is how it might have come from the factory if somebody had done a new Scirocco now, or a new Scirocco probably the best part of 20 years ago. What would it have been? And in my mind it would have been a 20 valve turbo, 1.8 engine and a 5-speed gearbox. And I think that's what they would have put in it. So we're going to try and make under here look like that was how it's supposed to be. I don't want any of this shiny aluminium radiators. I don't want any of the shiny boost pipes. I don't want a big shiny silver intercooler across the front of the car. I don't want any of that. That's not what I'm after here. I'm not after trying to have a car that's 500 horsepower and is completely mental. What I want is something that I can just turn up, and I'm going to clean all of this when it comes out. But I'm not repainting it. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just going to clean it all, make it all look really, really pretty, and leave it looking 31 years old, and put the engine in, as long as it hasn't got any oil leaks or anything. When I pull it out the trailer and have a look at it, it will go in. I'll just clean it and I'll put it in as it is. I'll service it and I'll do all of that, but I'm not going to clean it and polish it and make it look like a diamond inside a body that's quite clearly 31 years old. That's kind of not what I'm after. I'm not trying to do a restoration here. What I'm trying to do is just, well, I'm doing what I want to do. I know some people will agree with me, some people won't. Probably most people won't, to be honest. Most people will probably say, well, why aren't you putting shiny this and shiny that in there? It's just not what I want to do with this car. Maybe with some of the other cars that's absolutely what I'm going to do, but not with this one. I didn't want to restore it. I just wanted to make it a bit better and a little bit more modern. So that's what I was trying to aim at here. So I also realised that I promised you a bit of an excerpt on the handbrake mechanism and what the handbrake mechanism looked like on this car, and how we'd resolved it inside the car. In fact, I didn't have to resolve anything inside the car. The handbrake just works and it's brilliant. But I will, in a second, show you that video, and we are going to do a quick walk around, and I'll show you the ride height that I've set the car at, and I think it's all right. I think maybe we need to go down a little bit at the front or up a little bit at the back just to give the car a bit of rake. But I don't know what it's going to be like with the new engine in it. This is set up with this engine. I suspect the other one's going to be a bit heavier. So we'll see what that turns into. It's all just a starting point at the moment. So I'm going to need to come and take the video, the camera off the tripod and I'll show you around the inside of the car at the handbrake. I'm also going to walk you around the outside and show you the ride height and stuff like that. And maybe give you just a little bit of a viewing around the inside of the car. Right, well, welcome to the interior of the Scirocco. So as you can see, this car is in surprisingly good condition considering its age. There's a little bit of wear on the seat just here. And there's a few cracks in the dashboard. It does have, I don't know whether you can see that, 141,000 miles on it, so not particularly bad. You can again see the carpets and all the trims and everything are in surprisingly good condition for its age. Now let's have a quick little look down here at the handbrake mechanism. So hopefully you can see where it comes up into the floor. It's really simple. Those two 10mm nuts that come up, they basically just the cables come up and they wrap around and they go in there. And it really is quite simple. So let's show you how good the handbrake is. There you go. 3-notch handbrake, and it's on, and it just works. So that cable setup and everything that we did was great. Right, let's have a quick look around the outside of the car. You can see, so let's try and get a good look down the side of the car at the kind of ride height that I'm aiming at. So just wheels just sort of nicely tucked into the arches, which I think is kind of where I wanted to be. Oh, look at that. I think that's it. Now these wheels here, they're not staying. I do have others, but it's going to be a bit of a surprise when they turn up, so probably be a bit of a surprise for me when they turn up, so they're not staying. But there you go, look, you can see the ride height and what we're kind of aiming at. Let's just go around the front and give you a low down shot as well. I think that's going to look just nicely mean when I get the bumper back on, because the bumper needs a bit of straightening. It's really the worst part of the car. So that's what we're doing, and what we're going to change later, as I discussed, is the master cylinder, because that's going to change. But it doesn't look bad under here, really. You know, all things being equal. Still the original sticker. That's where, can I get this to zoom? No, I can't get that to focus properly. But that's the original sticker underneath the front of the car. Still seems to have everything. All the original sound deadening. Now I tried to pick a nice car, and I think it's all right. What it is. And thank you very much, Seagull. That's most appreciated. I suspect that was heckling. Heckled by a seagull on my own channel. Love it. Right, well, so that's what's happening to the Scirocco. That's where we're going. That's what we're doing. That's where we're up to. Oh, and where did the petrol leak come from? The fuel pump. It was absolutely pouring out of there. You would not believe the amount of petrol that poured out of this car. It was crazy. But yes, so please like the videos. Please subscribe. Let's try and get up to 100 subscribers. I'm getting giddily close. I was up to 74, lost a couple, gained a couple more. Think I'm back up at 74 subscribers. Come on, help me get to 100 subscribers. Please subscribe, please like, please watch the videos, make it worth me doing them. If everybody stops watching them, I'm just going to stop doing them, because it's not worth the effort. Anyway, thanks very much, and see you again next week when that engine won't be in there anymore. Thanks, bye-bye.